Hey Marcus.
How you doing?
How are you? I think it's your first interview maybe, I'm not sure. Yeah, just kind of, talking back to maybe the end of last season, early, this January, obviously the coaching change hadn't happened yet. You maybe played last year thinking maybe it was your last. And then everyone could have another year of eligibility. So what was that thought process like of deciding to come back for another year?
It's really just talking to my family and stuff like that. It was a very different situation now. A coaching change I've been used to, so I've been through that before, so that wasn't. So I got to talk to the players, let them lean on me, and just stay focused and just stick together as players.
Now that you have worked with Coach Herb for a long, few months, and you had the spring now, a couple weeks of fall camp, how do you like working with him, and what type of coach is he?
He's a very coach that's always attentive to detail, really gets after us, and he always stays on us, and he cares a lot, no matter what it is, no matter what situation, life, football, he's just always there for us, and I really appreciate him.
How does it feel for you guys? You guys return a veteran unit, probably the most experienced unit on the team. What's that like, the chemistry and camaraderie among you guys, and how big do you think that will be going into the season?
It comes with responsibility. We need to be more consistent as the leaders and as the older group on the team. We just have to continue to do better and just continue to keep growing, and that's just going to be our objective for the rest of the season, to continue to grow and not plateau and just reach the expectations that people have put in front of us.
Describe the fight for starting positions amongst your group.
It's great competition, and it breeds greatness. It's no negativity, and it really brings the best out of everybody, and everybody's just going hard, and you just know if you're lacking one day, the next person's going to pass you up, so it just keeps pushing us to keep getting better and better.
I know Gus said last week that the defense kind of won the day scrimmage-wise. Does that motivate you guys going into this next scrimmage to try as an offense to try to get better and to try to maybe top the defense this time around?
Of course, not only motivation between the O-line and motivation of the offense, but it's motivation to beat them, because day in and day out, it's still a competition every day, and they did beat us. So to come out this next scrimmage, we have to do better.
Marcus, what do you want to accomplish this season? I'm assuming, I guess maybe it's left tackle you're competing for. Are you hoping to, obviously finish camp with a starting job?
Yeah, of course that is, but the main objective is to protect Dylan and protect our running backs. It's the main objective as the whole line. It's more than just me and just the left tackle. It's about everybody else, and that's our main objective. We got Dylan hit too much, and we got too many TFLs and run stops last year. That's what we need to fix.
Coming out of the first scrimmage, we've heard a lot about the defensive line, maybe being successful last week. Do you think that says more about you guys as an offensive line or the defensive line just being that talented? What do you take away from that?
It's just a good group, and it's just a good battle back and forth, and most experienced group with the transfers and then KD returning and all that. It's just a good battle, and that's what's expected. When the two most experienced groups on the team are going at it, it's going to be a battle.
What have you seen from Dylan? I mean, it's year 3 going into a lot of expectations. What have you seen out of him since the fall camp?
He's been a lot more vocal, more of a vocal leader, and just leading the offense and taking the reins of the offense, and it's been really good to see his growth.
A lot of changes at the running back position. What are you seeing from the guys who's standing out so far?
They're just all working hard. It's not anybody standing out. They all get collected the same amount of reps. Coach Gus does a great job of rotating them all, and they just all continue to work hard, just high and tight, and just run with their pads down.
From a personal standpoint, coming off COVID and how challenging that was, emotionally highs and lows, and you're seeing teammates and family sometimes being affected by it, how do you feel coming into this next season, going to a full stadium, all the anticipation and hype of the new staff?
Outside of football, it feels weird, but in football, in-house, we're doing a good job of following COVID protocol. Coach Malzahn has established good rules, and the training staff has worked good with us. We all have our masks on and staying 6 feet apart. We rotate in meetings, no close contacts, and it's been a lot better because we're more familiar, I feel like.
You look at this offense, a new coaching staff and everything. How much different is this offense for you guys, or does it still feel kind of similar to what you guys run in the past?
It feels similar because we've been together, and Coach Hand was willing to merge our last communication with this communication, so he didn't really just throw us out there with just a bunch of random stuff. But I feel like it's more run heavy, and we appreciate that, a downhill offense, and what's going to be.
Yeah, Marcus, what have you seen from the tight end position? Obviously, Jake Hescock's been there for a long time, and assuming he's starting and all that. But I know there's some young guys in the mix there. Just kind of what have you seen from tight end?
It's the same thing with every other position. It's a competition, and they've established that multiple times at every position. That's a competition constantly, so they're getting pushed every day, and it's a constant rotation. Everybody's just trying to get to the goal.
Wide receiver position, same sort of question. When you look at those guys, you got Jalen back and Ryan, but you've got some new faces. What have you seen out of those wide receivers up front?
A lot of new faces, and a lot of big plays are being made, and they're all just working hard. And it's honestly been a beautiful thing of the competition of the team, and we've all just been pushing each other at each position, no matter what it is, with newcomers, transfers, older guys. Everybody's just being pushed by each other because this coaching staff has established a competition.
Yeah, just kind of going off kind of a similar question earlier. What would be the perfect way to kind of finish your college football career at UCF?
Championship.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Good way to end it. Appreciate it, Marcus.